Your sprint keeps missing. Your dev team looks confused. Your stakeholders are frustrated. And everyone is pointing fingers at the Scrum Master or the developers. But what if I told you the real problem is sitting in the product owner seat? Hi, I'm Shafali and welcome to Next Gen Agile. Today we are talking about the 5 most common mistakes product owners make, and more importantly, exactly how to fix them. Whether you're a product owner, work with one, or you are preparing for a PO role, the video is for you. Let's get into it. Before we jump in, let me quickly set the stage. The product owner is one of the 3 accountabilities in Scrum. Their job, as defined in Scrum Guide, is to maximize the value of the product resulting from the work of the Scrum team. That sounds simple, but in practice, it's one of the hardest roles to do well because a PO has to balance stakeholder expectations, business priorities, team capacity, and product vision all at once. And when it's done badly, the entire team suffers. So let's talk about where it goes wrong. Mistake number one, and this is the most common one I see, is treating the product backlog like a never ending to do list. You know what I'm talking about. A backlog with 200 items, half of them written 2 years ago. Nobody knows what's the priority. Stories are titled things like fix the login issue or add new dashboard with zero context. That's not a backlog. That's a dumping ground. Here's what's really happening when a product owner does this. The team has no idea what matters. They are picking stories randomly, building features that don't connect to any bigger goal, and delivering output, not outcomes. So, how do you fix it? First, every item in your backlog should answer one question. Why does this matter to the user or the business? If it can't answer that, it shouldn't be in the backlog. Second, connect your backlog to a product goal. The Scrum Guide introduced the product goal for a reason. It gives your team a North Star. Every sprint, every story should move you closer to that goal. And third, groom regularly. Refinement is not optional. If you are going into sprint planning with unrefined stories, you are setting your team up to fail before the sprint even starts. A healthy backlog is not a long backlog, it's a focused one. Mistake number two, the invisible product owner. I have seen this so many times. The sprint starts on Monday, the product owner hands over the backlog, disappears into back to back stakeholder meetings, and the team doesn't see them until the sprint review. Meanwhile, the developers have questions. They hit a blocker on a story because the requirement wasn't clear. They make assumptions. They build the wrong thing. And at the sprint review, the PO says, that's not what I meant. Sound familiar? Okay, the fix here is simple but requires a mindset shift. The product owner's job doesn't end when planning ends. You are a collaborator throughout the sprint. You don't need to attend every daily scrum, that's not your meeting, but you need to be accessible. Set up a clear channel, whether it's a Teams, Slack, or maybe a 15-minute daily window where the team can reach you with questions. Okay, so think of it this way, the dev team is building your product vision. If they can't reach you when they have a question, they are building in the dark. And that's on you, not them. Mistake number three. And this one is so deeply uncomfortable for most of the product owners, saying yes to everything. Stakeholders come with requests, marketing teams maybe wants a new campaign feature, sales wants something, leadership wants a dashboard, and the product owner, wanting to keep everyone happy, says yes. And suddenly, your backlog has grown by 15 new items this week. Your team has no focus. Your sprint scope changes mid sprint, and your developers are burnt out. Here's the hard truth: a product owner who can't say no is not doing their job. Saying no or not yet is a product strategy. Your job is not to be a request taker. Your job is to protect the team's focus and maximize product value. So, how do you say no without damaging relationships? Use the product goal as your filter. When a request comes in, ask, does this move us closer to our current product goal? If the answer is no, it goes to the bottom of the backlog, or it doesn't go in at all. And when you communicate this to stakeholders, frame it as prioritization, not rejection. I have added it to the backlog and we will revisit it when we complete our current goal. That's not a no, that's a leadership response. Okay, mistake number 4: user stories with no acceptance criteria. A user story without acceptance criteria is like giving someone directions without a destination. Go north, you will know when you get there. That doesn't work. And yet, I see backlogs full of stories like, as a user, I want to reset my password. Full stop. No criteria, no definition of done. So the developer builds something, QA tests something, and the product owner approves something else. And nobody agrees because nobody defined what success looked like upfront. So the fix here is straightforward. Before any story goes into a sprint, it must have clear, testable acceptance criteria, not vague, not open to interpretation. For example, instead of user can reset password, your criteria should be: given the user is on the login page, when they click forgot password and enter a registered email, then they receive a reset link within 60 seconds. That's testable, that's clear. Everyone is aligned. Write acceptance criteria before refinement, not during planning, not during the sprint, before. This single habit will reduce your rework. Okay, last, mistake number 5: treating the sprint review like a checkbox. I have been in sprint reviews where the product owner clicks through a demo in 5 minutes and says, looks good, and closes the call. No stakeholders present, no feedbacks collected, no real conversations. That's not a sprint review. That's a missed opportunity, to be honest. The sprint review is one of the most powerful events in Scrum, and it's the most underused. It's your feedback loop. It's where you find out what your team built actually moves the needle. It's where stakeholders can course correct before you build 3 more sprints in the wrong direction. So treat like a mini product showcase. Invite the right stakeholders. Demo the actual working product, not slides. Ask real questions. Does this meet your expectations? What would make this more valuable? What should be focused on next? So, this is important. Actually, update your backlog based on the feedback you receive. If the review doesn't change anything, you are not really inspecting and adapting. You are just going through motions. All right, let's bring it all together. 5 mistakes product owners make and how to fix them. 1. Stop treating your backlog like a dump. Make it focused, purposeful, and tied to a product goal. 2. Don't disappear during the sprint. Be accessible. Your team is building your vision. Stay connected. 3. Learn to say no. Protecting your team's focus is part of your job. 4. Write acceptance criteria for every story. Define done before the sprint starts, not after. And 5. Take your sprint reviews seriously. It's your best feedback tool. Use it. Being a product owner is not about managing a list. It's about owning a vision, serving your team, and delivering real value to real users. When you get those five things right, everything changes. Now, I want to hear from you. Which one of these mistakes have you seen most in your teams? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. And if you find this video helpful, share it with the product owner or a Scrum Master in your area. And yes, subscribe to Next Gen Agile with Shifali for more such content. See you next week. Thank you.